Hey, this is Jonathan and welcome to Modern Life Dating. Title of today's video is Player or Lover. Now we have a video request message from a lady today, and she writes in saying that she's having a little bit of trouble with a certain gentleman in her life, and she is wanting to know how to keep him interested. And we're going to go over a couple of red flags that I see that really show me that he is actually not necessarily a good long-term choice, and also how to make better future long-term choices. So she writes to me saying, I think I need your dating skills, but in reverse for women. I'm new back into it. It's pretty damn tough out there. Keep getting the players coming my way. I reckon it happens too much to me. So, right off the bat there, if something is consistently happening to you, then, the common factor in all of these situations is you. So I think that we need to focus on making a couple adjustments to the type of men you choose to move forward with. She continues by saying, I seem to get sucked in by these guys, even when I say I'm a good woman and not into casual encounters. She then continues and says, I need some advice and I'm happy to get an answer. I met this man when he was here in my country and spent 4 days with him. So right there, for me, is a big red flag if you're looking for somebody on the long term, because when a lot of guys go on vacation, usually they're looking for some vacation sex. Women do this too. They just want to go someplace, have fun, away from home. They don't have to worry about any stress, any ties, just very no strings attached. And I think that's the situation we're in here. She continues by saying, he went home and we have kept in touch since. Anyway, he never calls me, we just text, and to be honest, I initiate a lot of the conversations. So, I think you already know what exactly is going on, and I think your conscience is kind of telling you, hey, this is not a good situation. You're starting to see the red flags yourself, and you just needed a little guidance, and that's why you came to me, and I'm happy to provide it. Anyways, he's from another country, so I sent him a couple of phrases in his native language, and he didn't like it. My friend has been learning his native language, and I thought it would be a nice thing to do. And honestly speaking, it is a nice thing to do. The fact of the matter that he did not reciprocate, that is another red flag for me. Basically, that just shows me that he's just not that interested in you, because it's a very nice gesture what you did, and I think you just seem to be giving your niceness and your love in these gestures towards the wrong person. Because if he was a genuine guy who was interested in you and wanted to have a long-term future with you, he would at least say thank you. He would at least appreciate the effort you put forth. She also says, I sent flirty texts today as well, and he just laughed it off. Eek, help. Again, the proof is in the pudding. If you are sending flirty text messages and he's just kind of laughing it off, this is really not a guy that is worthy of a long-term future. Because if it's already showing some bumps in the road this early into your relationship, then down the road it's not looking so good, in my professional experience. Again, she says, I feel this happens a lot. I meet men and it goes great, then something changes, bang. He was even looking forward to moving to my country for work. I thought he actually liked me. Did I message too much? Did I chase him? How can I get him to message me again? I don't get it. He's been saying all this nice stuff to me, then poof, acts rude. So again, the proof is already kind of there. And what I mean by it's already there is that he's not reciprocating your attention. So she says, I feel like this happens a lot. I meet men, it goes great, then something changes. So it could be, I'm not entirely sure, but are you sleeping with these men too soon? Because a lot of men lose interest after they have sex with you. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And that could be a problem. You could be sleeping with them too soon. In order to see if a guy's really, really, really committed, you want to have basically no sex until he makes a commitment to you in a perfect situation. And if a guy really likes you, then he's going to stick around. And then you're going to have yourself a keeper. I would say about 90 days is a very good general rule. And it's a good way to practice self-control as well. Because, it seems to me you're getting caught up in the feelings of it all, which is great. But, you have to think down the road. Is this a good choice? I walk past McDonald's sometimes and I smell the French fries, I smell the cheeseburgers, and I want to go inside and have a Coca-Cola, and I want to have a cheeseburger, and I want to have a French fry. But at the same time, I know that I want to have a nice body and I want to have fitness goals that I'm trying to achieve. If I go in there on an impulsive and emotional moment and eat all this food and it's bad for me, I know that down the road it's going to mess up my goals. Just because it feels good now in the moment doesn't necessarily mean it's good down the road. And if you're looking for long-term loving relationship, then you probably should not be even entertaining the thought of guys who are on vacation or who are not living in the same country as you permanently. This is where you filter down these guys into a certain category that that you have a statistical higher chance to getting the love that you want. Another question you mentioned was, I thought he actually liked me. Again, it doesn't really seem like he liked you. If he was being nice and stuff before you slept together, assuming you did, and then suddenly he turned off, then that right there just shows he was just after you for the sex. Did I message too much? Did I chase him too much? Honestly, I think this is just you, looking too deep into the situation when it's just pretty evident that, in my opinion, this guy was just looking for a good time, and, it is what it is. I think that it is time to move on until he permanently comes back, and you firmly set your boundaries and you let him know, listen, I'm looking for long-term love, long-term commitment, and a long-term relationship. If you cannot offer that to me, that's fine, but I've got to move on and move forward. Thank you for the great memories. And then you have to start over again. And in your situation, you mentioned that this is happening to you a lot. And really, I think what's going on is that you keep choosing the wrong guys. You say you're a good girl, and I don't doubt that. But at the same time, you can be a good girl, but continue to making, bad decisions just because of misinformation. So you got to really think, when you meet a guy, just because you feel attraction for him, you have to really think deep inside your heart, is this guy a good long-term choice? Is he going to stick around? Does he really want me, or does he just want sex? And you filter out these guys by going on dates with them and keeping them interested in a long period, preferably 90 days, before you sleep with them. And then if he's still around, then you have a guy that's actually interested in you. So that's my advice for you. So what I think is that we need to start over. We need to start fresh. And I think that you need to just write this guy off. And if he comes back into town and you want to see him, I don't recommend you seeing him. If you're serious about getting love and serious about moving forward, you got to look for a guy who's living locally, who appreciates you, and who's willing to stick around not for just sex, but because he loves you and he cares about you and he wants to be with you as a person. So that's today's video. If you have any follow-up questions, be sure to contact me on Instagram. And you can also send me an email to my email address on the screen, which is questions@modernlifedating.com. My name is Jonathan, and if you need a Skype consultation yourself, you can do that by booking me through Instagram or at my website, modernlifedating.com, or send a message to questions@modernlifedating.com. A one-on-one consultation with me really helps me get an in-depth look at your situation and helps me give you customizable help with your dating, fitness. These are all related aspects. And if you could do that all through modernlifedating.com. My name is Jonathan. Thanks so much. If you want to help me out, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. And I will see you next time. Take care.